Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine, and I've come on today to show you how to make this cute little easel box with a drawer. So it's a card. You could write a message on the back if you wanted to. I'm not, because this is going to somebody with a card. And it's got a little drawer that I've put a selection of little chocolates in. And this is going to a neighbour of mine. Very sadly, I don't know her very well. I went and introduced myself when the lockdown kicked in, and I knew that they were a little bit older than Mr. Paper&Twine and I. And I went and introduced myself and said, I live at number, and you know, if you need anything, you know, here's our mobile number. If you need anything, give us a ring. And it turned out that they were both vulnerable. She'd had a heart bypass or something, I think, and he was being treated for, I think it was myeloid leukemia. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But very sadly, her husband passed away towards the end of last year. I think it was the end of November, something like that. And as I say, I don't know this lady very well at all. But I thought these sentiments were really nice. You just hold on. The stars are always shining. So it's like he's looking down on a shining star. So I had got a Christmas card and a little Christmas present for her, just a pot of my jam, but I think she went away for Christmas and New Year. The house has been in darkness a lot, and I haven't wanted to intrude because, as I say, I don't know her very well. But I'm going to pop round. I've got a couple of other little bits for her and take that. But I'm going to show you how to make this. So I should say that for that box, I've used scraps from Midnight Garden. So this is my second design team project for Cheryl Simone Crafts. I'll leave her link down below. And I used scraps of this and scraps of this for that particular box. I'm making this for somebody to go along with some other little gifts I've got for them, and I am using some different paper which I've already cut to size. Because this person likes green, I'm using scraps of this, and I have also used scraps of this, and I've already cut those to size. So I love this paper. I really love this paper. So we'll pop that out of the way. What you're going to need, we'll make the drawer bit first. You're going to need a piece of black card that is 9 by 9. You're going to need a piece of card that is 3 1/8 by 10. That's for the wrap. This is for the box. You're going to need a piece of card that is 6 by 3. And you're going to need a piece of card that is 3 by 3. So let's go ahead and do our scoring to start with. So on the main piece, you're going to need to score at 1.5. and 3 on all 4 sides. Just making sure I'm getting a nice crisp score. This score tool that I'm using wasn't designed for this scoreboard, and it is getting very sharp at the end, but I do like it. It's what came with my envelope punch board actually, and I do like using it. So as I'm filming this, it's Thursday afternoon, and I'm so excited. I've got paper crafting tonight. It's the first one of 2022. I've got to get my bits together in a minute, and I'm going to be spending some of my Christmas money. I'm going to be getting my little sidekick. I've asked Hazel to put one by for me. Oh, and other news about Hazel. She won in the Craft Awards Independent Retailer of the Year for the Midlands. So that's really good, isn't it? Independent Craft Retailer, I should say, the Craft Awards. So that's all our scoring done on that. On this piece, you want to score at 1.5 and 3. That's the easel bit, and we can put our scoreboard out of the way. So we're going to fold and burnish our score lines. And we're making a reinforced box here. Let's fold that way actually. I never know which way to fold my score lines. You'd think I would know, wouldn't you? If you know if there's a right way or a wrong way, let me know. There is a right way. Yeah, you see, I'm cracking the paper that way, so perhaps it should be this way. And this is really good quality card. I don't want to crack it. I think that's better. That's okay. And then we'll do that. It's been a beautiful day, but it has clouded over now. They say the early bird catches the worm, don't they? Yes, we've had the best of the day, methinks. And it's certainly been cold. There we go, that's that done. I'll just fold and burnish these while I'm here. Do it that way. Yeah. There we go. That's that bit done. So what you want to do now with this, you want to cut away the outer squares on all 3 corners. And I'm not the best, but I'm just cutting up this vertical score line here. Doesn't matter so much how neatly you cut this one, but this one you do need to be quite precise. And I'm cutting the other side of the score line and then moving along here. Go up, go up, turn your paper and do the same. So we're cutting up here and up here. Up here. And up here. And I'm going to go back to where I started. So my card is in this orientation. I'm going to cut these 2 outer squares away here. And then this one. Do the same here, cut these 2 outer squares away, and then this one. Same here. So this is making a nice, strong, reinforced box, which I'm really into actually. If I've got big enough paper, oh, I've ripped a little bit there, never mind. All is good. Alles gut. Alles klar. You could save these little scraps. They're about 1.5 inches square. So you could punch little things out, use them to, what's the word I'm looking for? Mat and layer little images, whatever. There we go. Then I'm going to cut and notch or miter all of these. And if you want to, you can just cut a little bit of excess away here. Not too much, because this will just reinforce your sides a bit. Do the same here. There we go. And just cut a little bit of excess off there and there. And then you don't have to do this, but it does kind of help if you haven't cut very straight. Just cut a slither off these outer flaps here. These are going to fold over. So it'll just make it a bit easier. There's that. and the last two. There we go. It's just might keep those little squares actually, but we'll get rid of all these little bits here in my little rubbish bag at the side. I think I need to invest in some bins. What we're going to do now is we're going to put some tape on these corner tabs here. Need to get some more of this. This is red liner tape. You could use wet glue, but I'm using the red liner tape just for quickness' sake today. It just helps. With oozage. Make sure that that goes. I mean, these tabs are going to be concealed by the flap that folds over anyway, so you don't need to worry too much if the whole thing isn't covered. It's just to form those sides neatly. And I'm using up what I've got in my stash, but as I say, I've been a convert to red liner tape. I mean, I've always used it for the 3mm for pockets on things. Put that there. That there, like so. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put some tape on the edge of these. Just on the edge. You don't need to worry about anywhere else, or shall I? We'll see how much we've got because it is running out. Sorry for any glare you might be getting off my lamp on here. I do like this glass cutting mat, and I was thinking about getting the Tim Holtz one, the black one, but that's shiny because it's glass. But I do like the fact that it's got like the little mixing palette on it, and I bought this last year from, I think it was Craft Label, and it was only £5 or something like that. It was really reasonable, but it does give a bit of glare from the light. There we go. Okay, so let's form our corners first of all. Just going to bring the flaps in and just do one flap at a time. And just line up very carefully so you've got a lovely crisp edge there, like so. And then this one. So the way this works is you've got two sides that have got extra bulk and reinforcement, and the front and back are slightly less thick. So that's that side done. Now we'll do this side. And again, just lining up those corners. I do love making boxes this way. I just think they look very finished, and because they're reinforced, they'll hold quite a lot of weight and are just sturdier. And just, there we go, that's that. Now, we're going to stick in, first of all, these flaps where we've stuck the little side tabs in. And yeah, I'm not going to worry with any more tape, I don't think. So we just pop that down. I'm going to lay my box down flat and then go in with my bone folder. Do the same on the other side. But you can see this is coming together quite quickly. And obviously you don't have to use black, you can use whatever colour you like. And because we've slightly mitered the corners of these outer flaps, they fit together really nicely. and then we'll just fold that over and give that a burnish down. And the last one. And it doesn't really matter which you have as the front or back of these, but what I'm going to do now, let's just get these bits of tape out of the way. They go everywhere, don't they? And they stick to you. They're static. What we're going to do now is we're going to punch. Well, if you've got a crocodile, that would be a good thing to use, a 1/8 of an inch. But I don't have a crocodile, and my little 1/8 of an inch hole punch is a bit measly and won't cope with going through 2 layers of card. So I'm going to use my pokey tool. But before I do, I have decided that the inside of my box is going to be matte and layered with green. Oh, I appear to have too many pieces for that. Hold on. Oh, one of these was for the back. That was for the back. Yes. I think that's for the back. No, it's not. Hold on. Bear with. Bear with. That's definitely the front, side. That doesn't matter. I think, yes, that'll be the back. Okay, so I've decided, oh no, hold on. Yes, that was it, that was the back. So I've decided I'm using the green for the inside because this person likes green. And these are going to be my side pieces here. So I've cut these to 2 7/8 by 1 3/8, and I have cut 8 of those in total. 4 for the inside of the drawer, 2 for the front and back of the drawer, and 2 for the sides of the wrap. So we can glue 3 of these down now. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I will glue the one that's going to be on the front. Actually, yes, that's a point. I want you to be on the front, don't I? Yes. So I'm going to glue the front first. Gosh, you're making a meal out of this, Ashley. Right. Such lovely paper, and it's really good quality. It cuts nicely. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm a prima convert. You could ink round the edges if you want to, but because I've got a black border all the way round, I haven't bothered inking. I just want that kind of crisp contrast. So I'm going to look at where, ow, I just poked myself, don't do what I did. That's roughly the middle, I think, and I'm just going to poke my pokey tool through. As I say, if you've got a crocodile, you'll be fine. I'm just going to poke a little bit more around this hole because I want it slightly bigger than the point of this, because we're going to thread some ribbon through. Okay, so that's that. When I've threaded my ribbon through, I can glue the reverse on. So you don't need to see me glue. I will do the gluing. So I've glued paper inside. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I just wanted to finish it off nicely, and it just makes it really sturdy. And I need some ribbon to make a little loop handle for the front of my box, and I've run out of black ribbon. I went to go to the haberdashers yesterday, but they close at 3 o'clock, and I was there at about 3:15, 4:45, so that was no good. But I've got quite a lot of this very thin cream ribbon, but it doesn't make enough of a contrast. So I'm either going to use a Sharpie pen and colour it black, or find a green that I like the look of from my alcohol marker. So this is a good little hack. That 46 looks a good match actually, although this has faded a bit, so I'm not sure. It's a good hack. You know, if you haven't got a lot of space in your craft room and you like to use ribbon, buy something that is neutral like this and colour it yourself with your alcohol markers. So I'm just going to cut a length off. I think that'll probably be enough. What number did I say? I've forgotten now. Let's pop that back in there. I've had a little tidy up of my drawer, which I'm quite pleased about. Yes, it was number 46. Let's see if we can find it. If not, if I don't like it, I can always go over the top with black. There's 47, 43, 51. You can never find the one that you want. 43. There it is. Oh, hold on. That looks a bit... Oh no, it is a good match, and I'm going to use the thick end to get a good coverage. It's gone very dark now, very cloudy. Let's turn it over and see what we think. Yeah, that's gone through quite nicely. Yes. So nice little hack there for you. You don't need to be spending lots of money on lots of different coloured ribbons, unless you want to, of course. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put my two ends together. It is a little bit wet still from the ink. Put my ends together and I'm going to make a knot. I am going to put my two ends together. I've got Sharpie pen over my fingers now, but it's not actual Sharpie pen. Right, I'm going to put my two ends together and I'm going to make a knot like so to make a little loop. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut that frayed edge on the angle like so and thread it through this hole, and you can use your pokey tool to help you get that through the hole. If you've got a crocodile, then this will be much easier for you, much easier. Go on, in you go. Is it coming through the other end? Yes, so I've got it through the other end and I should be able to pull it. There we go. So I've got that pulled through and we've made a little loop for our drawer. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, don't know whether you can see, I'm going to lay my ribbon out like that and I'm going to put some of this tape over the top to anchor it, and then it isn't going anywhere. This can be a little bit fiddly. There we go, we've got that anchored with the tape and that's not going anywhere. If you didn't want to use ribbon and you've got some decent sized brads with good legs on them, then you could use a brad. And then we should have our last piece of paper. I'm going to use just a bit of collage because I want that wet glue so I can manoeuvre this over the tape, and also it'll add strength to the front of our box. It doesn't really matter which way this goes. I think we'll have it. No, we will have it that way. And just placing it in. Sorry, for some reason my camera stopped recording. I don't know why. I've got plenty of memory on my phone. Anyway, I have secured the front of the drawer with the ribbon. I think that's what I was showing you. And I've stuck this on the back. So the back looks like that. The front looks like that. It ties in quite nicely. The sides I will show you in a minute. So what we need to do now is make the wrap. Now, I think I was saying that if you wanted to, you could score this. I think it's 1.5, 4.5, 6 and 9. If you remember, we've cut this to 10 by 3 1/8. So this is 3 inches square. But what you might find is, because when you've scored, measurements change, the paper fibres shift, so you get a different dimension. You might find that your wrap doesn't fit particularly well. So what I like to do is fit my wrap to my box or drawer. So I'm lining up the edge of this with the bottom of the side here, and I'm just going to roughly form my wrap around my box like so. So just do that again. I've got my first score mark there and my second score mark there and my third here and my fourth here, and you can see we've got rough guidelines here, and I'm just going to burnish that score line, and I don't like that crack, so I'm going to do it back that way and fit that like that. Then we'll do the next one in exactly the same way. This just ensures that you get a slightly snugger fit. So we're going around like that, and then we'll do the next one. So you can see I'm kind of pinching along there. And just lining up the edges of my card like so. So that's where we started, like so, and then the last one is going to be here. And then what I'm going to do is put tape on here and put it in place. So I'll show you that in a minute. So I've just put some red liner tape on the edge of my wide tab. I'm going to sit that there like so. Remove this and carefully line up those edges, and there we've got a very snug drawer fit without any gaping. And that's what I like about fitting it that way, rather than scoring it to the dimensions you think it should be scored at. So I can go ahead now and I can put my side pieces on. There's a little bit of map on here. I love that sheet because there's so many little bits and pieces on it. There's lots of these kinds of things with flowers, but I like all this kind of vintagey stuff as well. And as I say, if you wanted to, you could distress the edges of these, but I kind of just like this on this occasion. I like the starkness of the black against the pale. So just putting that on the side there, and because our drawer's in, it means I've got something to press against. Turn it over, and I've chosen this little bit here that's got a little make date on it. Can you see that? Prepaid make date 3/31, 31st of March. Yeah. and we've got a little bit of flora and fauna, not fauna, I don't know, it's fauna animals, yeah, I think fauna's animals, isn't it, and flora is vegetation. I've just put my finger right in the middle of that glue. Okay, we'll pop that on there, like so. So you need to cut 8 pieces that are 2 7/8 by 1 3/8 if you want to decorate the inside of your box. If not, you'll need 5 pieces. Then you need 3 pieces that are 2 7/8 square. Now we can bring in our other piece. So this is our easel bit, and I'm just going to glue this on here. Like so. A lot of this will be hidden by the stopper, so that's why I've put the floral one on there, because this person, I don't think they're so much into their shabby chic, but I think they'll like this. So this is going to be the bit that sits on our easel card, like so. It's got a postmark on it and a little bit of a map. I think this person likes that. There's a little tiny butterfly there as well. So we will pop this on here, like so. So we've got our little 1/8 of an inch border. Well, it's 1/16 all the way around, isn't it? Because this is 1/8 of an inch shorter, smaller. So that's that. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold this flat like this. We're going to put glue just on this bottom half that we've scored here, this 1.5 inch score line. I'm going to lay that over the top like so, and it ensures our easel bit is stuck down without sticking over that bit of the card. So we'll just let that sit a minute and set. You will then need a little stopper. I've just cut a little scrap. I haven't measured it to anything. It was a little scrap that I liked. I liked this script and I liked the little butterfly, and I just, you know, glued it onto a little bit of black card. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Okay, what we're going to do now is apply glue to the back of this. Remember, this is 1/8 of an inch smaller, roughly, at least on one dimension than the top of our box, and we're going to just make sure you've got it the right way, and we're going to just center that, and I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute before I come back with the next little bit. So we're ready to finish this off now, and the first thing we need to do is put our stopper in place. You could use scrap card, but I'm using up what I've got. I've got these foam pads, so we'll just take the backing off these and decide where we want it. Obviously, where you place it will determine how upright your sentiment, your back card will be. So I'm not pressing down because I don't want it to stick in place yet, but I'm just roughly centering it, and yeah, I think about there will do me, like so. So we'll press that in place, and there is our little stopper. Now I don't want to do too much to this because I like the images on that paper, and I want to let the paper sing, because the Prima paper is absolutely beautiful, and I'm aware that you can't really see. There we go. Can you see better now? And we're going to have a look through our Tim Holtz clippings here to see if there is something that we like the look of. And what I might do actually is mount it on a scrap of black just so it pops on there. I'm going to have a little look through, because you don't need to be bothered with me looking through, and I'll come back to you when I've done. So I found a little selection of clippings that I liked. True friend, because I know I don't know this person that I'm giving this to particularly well, but I'd like to think that they're a good friend. They are good and true, and they are an artist. And I could pop this up on a foam pad, but there's quite a lot of dimension to this already, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue and stick it in this top right hand corner here, right hand corner where there is not a lot going on. And I'm going to leave it at that because, you know, I'm using something that is, some might say, quite a fussy paper, but I am a clean and simple kind of girl, and I think that that is quite clean and simple. Let's move all the bits out the way and have a little tidy up. We'll bring in the other one. So there we go. This has got this chocolate inside. Incidentally, I made this box to fit snugly 4 Ferrero Rochers, and in here we've got a selection of little chocolate. I've got these little Maltesers here that one of my theatre trained students bought me for Christmas, and I haven't opened them until now. I'll give you a taste test. So these are white chocolate Maltesers, white truffles. They are very nice. And you can see how nice and snugly but easily our drawer fits in and out. And there's the back. I might just finish this off with a little something, we'll see, before I give it to the person. But there is my little design project for Cheryl Simone Crafts. Do come back soon. Do go and check Cheryl out. She's a lovely lady. Go and check her shop out. And if you like this, please give a big thumbs up. It does help. And please consider subscribing if you're not already. And I will be back very soon. I might be back tomorrow with a woolly pod. I don't know. I'm just aware that I've uploaded quite a lot this week and you're probably sick of me. I'll be back soon. Take care, everybody. Bye now.